Man, today I seen a disturbing video that I believe a lot of men at least one time go through before they get a hint of, man, of, I don't know. It's just crazy. I'm gonna let you check out the video. This video is by Antoine Daniels. Now, I'm gonna say that it's wrong for a man to hit a woman, but it's also wrong for a woman to hit a man. And we have got to come into light as men to choose better partners, right? We have got to set the standard because a lot of times our women out here, first of all, man, our black women, like from what I can see, they love us, but they hate us at the same time. They love us and they hate us at the same time. And sometimes I think the hate is a lot more than the love, especially when you think um, in this issue from a legal aspect. A legal aspect. Now, I'm before I continue on commenting, man, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to play the video. Um, Viewer discretion is advised.
You're putting your hands on me. Get your hands off me.
No, no.
Get your hands
No,
on
no.
me.
No, no.
Get your hands off me. Ain't nobody
No, no.
touching you.
I'm trying to get past you.
Bye.
Let me get my shit, bro.
Get your shit.
You should have throwing my shit around.
Get your
no,
shit.
no,
Stop touching me. Stop touching me.
No, no.
Stop touching me.
No, no.
Stop
For real.
touching me.
Now I'm trying to get my stuff.
Well, get it. It's right there. It's right there. Get it. Get it. Get it. It's
Bro,
right there.
move.
Get it.
Bro.
I'm not touching you. Stop touching me.
Bro, now grab me by my...
Stop
Grab
touching
me again, bro. I'm telling you.
Stop touching me.
Go on. Go on, bro.
Stop touching me. You're pressing up against a pregnant woman.
Mm-mm.
Stop touching.
Now, I don't know what the situation is. I don't know how the situation started. I'm not only checking out, what she's doing. Apparently, he's trying to leave. She doesn't want him to leave. Um, she has some type of, I forgot what that particular type of psychological issue is called, where she once she's get attached to a person, she doesn't want them to leave. However, she got happiness on her shirt. She has happiness on her shirt. She doesn't look like she's providing any type of happiness in the household. She's look like she's one of them females who necessarily always got to, how can I say this? She look like she's one of them females who's always got to, um, first of all, I think you can already tell that he's in her household. He's in her household. He must be providing her with something. And I hope it's more than the dick, right? But uh, I think I seen some more kid clothes in the background. So apparently there is some more kids in the household. Apparently he's staying with her, but she has more kids. So I guarantee you that what he's going through with her, she's definitely done to somebody else. And the reason why she doesn't want him to leave is because she knows the hurt that she is about to be going through if he does leave. Now, I don't know, like I said, what the issue is, but at the same time, I would like to grasp a lot more understanding of the issue just so I can be able to comment on it better. But at the same time, um, here we are. Uh, you see, she's already trying to play the victim because she's already said that she was pregnant. I got to bring that up. So if anything happens, the man is going to jail. If she comes up with a bruise or anything, he's definitely going to jail. He's definitely going to jail. And if he got felony convictions, I don't know what city or state this is in, if he got felony convictions, he can end up with life in prison over this little issue. When he's trying to do the right thing and leave, and she's not being as mature to allow him to do so. If she was mature enough to allow him to do so, baby, I guarantee you he'll come back. But when you putting him through stuff like this, what you're doing is you're you're definitely pushing him all the way away. And you don't need that right now when you're pregnant.
Get my stuff gone on.
Stop touching me.
Bro, get off of my shit, bro.
Stop touching me.
Move. You being weird as fuck. Get the fuck on.
Stop touching me.
Fuck on. Bro,
Touch me again.
go ahead.
I'll see who's trying
Go
to
ahead.
get.
I am. I know when it's one good time for you to hit me and it's on camera. Watch this
And
motherfucking
you
barrage.
pregnant. I'm pregnant.
I don't give a damn, bitch. I'm gonna beat it out you. Hit
Bring
me
it
again.
at me then.
Hit
No,
me again.
what you tell? Ain't nobody asking for this shit.
Yo, listen. This woman needs to be thrown in jail, locked up, and she needs to really sit down and she needs to be have charges pressed against her to the fullest extent of the law. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna break this down into three different segments. The first reason why is because now that we've advocated for equal and now that we've been having a conversation about what equal looks like, I think that if this was a man putting his hands on a woman in any capacity, in any shape or form, I mean, if he would have pushed her, if and I'm talking about relationships that we identify as abusive, right? Because this relationship is abusive, and we don't ever really get an opportunity to see it from the lens of the guy, right? A lot of times we see women and they go and they after the fact they record it. They do a recording of what they look like, they do a recording of how they got into the situation. They show their bruises. We don't know if they got the bruises from the guy or if they doing a little bit more. We don't know if they put no makeup on it. We don't know anything, but we know that women have largely made accusations against men, some true, some not so much true. Some of them because they want to get back at the guy, some of them because they just angry at the situation. But we know that they do it, and we know that it is something that is popularized and in the culture, right? So we gotta hold women to the same standard that we hold men to, because nobody should put their hands on nobody. That's not rocket science. Nobody should be putting their hands on anybody. And so men largely go, they don't get the same love, they don't get the same attention, and I get it, right? We men. So we don't hold women to the same standard that we hold men because we men. We're the stronger ones. We, don't get hurt as easily. We have feelings just like everybody else, but we kind of sweep a lot of stuff under the rug because we're just expected to take it. And I'm cool with that, right? You got to deal with the consequences and the circumstances, but I think that we live in a different generation. And in this generation, women have said that they are on the same level as men. And so I believe that they should get the same consequences. No lighter standard, no passes, because you know what's going to happen? If he don't go back, and this is not the first time that this has happened, and that's the part two of this that I want to say. If you think
Yeah, before you get on to the part two, if a woman had if a female had the opportunities to go to jail in this situation herself, do you think that she would be doing the same thing? That's the first question. If you think that if she had that opportunity, if she for what she's doing right now, apparently she hit the dude. If she had to take on that same accountability for her actions and going to prison, going to jail, would she be acting as wild as she doing now to put her hands on this dude? And I think not. 9 times out of 10, the powers have been given to women as such that they believe that they have the ability to do that, and we supposed to be able to take it on as men. You know what I'm saying? First, that's why I advocate for having a better understanding of that we have got to become the new standard for the women. We have got to become the new standard for how we want our women to act. Now, it's not to say that there's no growth in that a woman can give a man, but it's at the same time. Once you see something like this, now apparently this relationship, right? We get ourselves caught up in this. Primarily because, like I said, we need somewhere to stay. We need some, and not only on top of that, do we need somewhere to stay? We get caught ourselves caught up in this situation because the female is giving it up, and now when she feel like her sex is the most dominant thing in a relationship, and you're not providing her with that much else. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like it becomes an issue where it becomes the abuse already starts right there when she feels that the coach is the most dominant aspects of the relationship, and a lot of times within our culture, here we are, we find that's what we find, that sex is the most dominant thing in a relationship, and it's not about us having the ability to cohabitate, partner up with each other, and grow. When we have think about aspects of what life is, and when you think about aspects of what life is, when you get with somebody, you're advocating for this person to be a partner in life with you, whether it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever. So we as men, we have to also, just as women do, have to choose better partners in life, because this scenario can lead to the rest of your life in prison. This, and I know individuals who have gotten three strikes, spent 25, 30 years in prison, wound up wound up in prison while the child was wound up in prison while the child was still young, still a baby, and went to prison and end up having the son, the daughter, excuse me, I'm gonna say the son in this instance, end up in a jail cell with him. While the female reneges on the whole situation, says that no, he didn't hit me, but once she say it in the courtroom, that information is already handed over to the district attorney, and the district attorney can do whatever they want with that information. They don't need her no more. Once the female says that he hits me, that he hit me, and she displays abuse, it's over. It's over. There was a thing that in the Trump administration where they was trying, in his first term, where they was trying to say, hold on, like, we can't just believe women in everything that they be talking about. Imagine, like he said, if there wasn't a videotape of this, that he actually was smart enough, had the intelligence enough to put out his camera in this situation to prevent his to prevent him from going to jail, which was hella smart. So she evidently need his leadership, and because I'm gonna bring up leadership because she's pregnant. She's pregnant. She's trying to be the dominant figure in this situation, and here she is. She's going to need her man to take on that leadership role because she's pregnant. She's about to have a child, and how is she going to economically sustain herself while she's going through that first couple months, those first 6 months to a year, with this newborn? I'm gonna let him continue on to that second prong right quick before I.
That this is the first time that this didn't happen and she just going crazy because she pregnant, you're crazy. She's been doing this for a long time. She's been getting away with it for a long time. And I wouldn't even be surprised if he didn't been locked up, been sent to jail, then been held accountable over certain things that didn't happen. I just wouldn't be surprised that that didn't happen before because I've seen it play out too many times in relationships. I've seen too many coaching calls where guys have called me, yo, Anton, or text me and said, Anton, I need an emergency conversation because I'm trying to figure out how to handle this situation. And she put her hands on me and I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. There are no men's shelters that's out here. This is not the first time that this didn't happen. This is the first time that he recorded and probably had the courage to put it on the internet. And here's the worst part about this. She was still doing it with the camera on, which means that she had no fear on this getting out. She probably didn't even believe that he would put it out there. Probably didn't even believe that he would put it out there. Instead of putting it out there to, you know, social media, I think that he should have handed this to the police because he was being held against his will, which is a form of kidnapping, if you ask me. Yes, because see, what I'm advocating for is for them to throw the whole book at her, the whole book. Because what happens with men is they don't just get arrested for domestic violence or any of that type of stuff. The charges are usually trumped up against you because they want you to take a plea deal and they need that prosecutor to get their conviction so that they can get their numbers pumped up. And then you got to suffer and you got that on your record, or you got to go to jail for a little bit and then you get some community service and you got to suffer from it. And which brings me to my final point. We have to learn.
You definitely hand your man over to the system to where at that point, it's the prosecutor who has the ability to gain the win about the situation from this whole issue. So you definitely take out the situation in which you can control, which you're evidently trying to control. You definitely take the issue out of your hands and you put it into somebody else's hand. This is one reason why I say, you know, this we got to be a better advocate from a man perspective as well about who we choose our partners to be, who we choose to sleep with, and things like that. And it's crazy because, like I said, I see a lot of primarily black women saying that, man, our black man just will not holler at us. And this is part of the reason why I said this one prong of the reason why it becomes abuse of abuse. Look, your cooch is not the most dominant factor in a relationship. It's not the most dominant factor in a relationship. You talking about happiness, you don't even know what happiness is because evidently you're not even providing why she wearing it all on her t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be about what are we doing? How we gonna work through this situation? How we gonna get this stuff right? We then created this. What is gonna be the fruits of which that child is? What is going to be the fruits of our partnership? What are we gonna be? How we gonna make not only our lives better, but the lives better for the next generation. So there's a long term consideration when we have to deal with the partner, whether it's male or female, besides just that momentary thing of just being able to have sex. I would rather go without a female than go with a bad female. Just as a female should be willing to go without a dude than to have a bad dude. But in this situation, this is an instance where I can ask the man that we say to our man that we need to step up. Don't go with the hoes. Leave the hoes alone. And don't go with these type females who think that just because she's giving you that she's gonna be able to just tell you what to do while she just sitting up don't want to do nothing. She wants you to stay in a home, and because you want to leave, because the way she's acting, here she is. She's ready to get you sent to prison. She's ready to try to put man. First of all, I don't do well. I'm admit I don't do well in situations like this. That brother, he was a lot smarter than I've been in the past with regards to taking out that cell phone. I'm not admitting to hitting them women, but at the same time, that was a very, very, very smart move. I haven't gotten myself in no situation like this in a very long time. It's been probably over like at least 20 years. You know what I'm saying? At least 20 years. Um, the last situation that came close with a white girl, and she ended up going to prison because she was so entitled that, and she was admittedly she was an alcoholic, but just because I said, man, you know what, ooh we, let me go ahead and you know what I'm saying? And here I am. I'm caught in a bad situation because kind of find out, yeah, I mean, she got hustle, and I'm like, man, we can kind of do something. But she's an alcoholic. She got temper problems, and I'm not necessarily saying temper problems. Let me revert that to saying entitlement problems. And here she is because she didn't get her nails done. Her appointment got canceled with her with the person that did her hair at a salon. Here she is. She threw a pencil at that individual and she got locked up for it. Same scenario. when what she talking about, if she was to be held accountable in that situation with regards to what's going on right here with this man that she's about to have a baby by. So I don't really advocate for any of them to go to prison. What I advocate for is for us to have better decision making, and that for the man to also be take a part in that. You know, evidently she liked him for something, evidently he liked it for a reason. But you know, sometimes our life situations causes us to make certain decisions that are bad for us. So I think this was a situation for him out of circumstance.
Learn how to pick better people around us. We can no longer, once you see it play out, once you see it happen in real life, once she decides that she want to go crazy on you, once she start to invade your space, you don't stick around and try to hold her down. She's not going to have changed behavior. What's going to happen is she's going to feel even more emboldened to continue to do it. And so you got to nip it in the bud. You have to take care of business right then and there, and you got to make an example out of her, because even if you was to leave eventually, because you're not going to leave the first time, second time, or third time, because you're not standing on business. And again, I believe that this is not the first time that she's done it. This is the first time that we've probably seen it. This is a toxic relationship that has been playing out for a long time. And when she gets upset and when she gets mad, she probably blames it on him and blames it on the fact that she's pregnant, and she gets away with it, and so she feels even more comfortable doing it again. So women at that point feel comfortable putting their hands on men, and so for a long time we've always said, well, men can't hit back, or because you're stronger than her, or you never put your hands on a woman. What if his life was feeling threatened? What if there was no camera and his life was feeling threatened, and then he fired back because he needed to get himself out of a difficult situation? What would happen? He would go to jail immediately, and they would hold him accountable for that. So any woman, any person, any man that is not saying that she needs to be held accountable, she needs to be sent to jail, she needs to be, you know, she needs to go through it to learn her lesson. And a lot of times they don't learn their lesson the first time. It may take a few times of you confirming it, because the first time they don't even believe that you did it. They can't believe that you did it. It's like, what the heck is you doing? I can't believe you just sent me to jail. Nigga, who is you? And so they don't take accountability and responsibility. They just double down.
Exactly. They don't take accountability and responsibility, let alone that. Even if he doesn't go to jail, he's leaving the relationship 9 times out of 10. The hate there is so much so that she's going to get child support, try to get child support out the dude without just see, all she has to do is allow this dude to leave. Just allow him to leave. It shows that you're trying to bring peace to the situation instead of more confrontation to the situation. Yeah, I'm not going to advocate for any party, any one of these parties to go to jail. But it seems like if, like Antoine is saying, if she doesn't have some type of accountability for the situation, then how can you expect him to? If it's going to be on even terms, then what's what I'm saying? How is the respect is going to be there in these type of relationships where she knows not to do that the next time? And not only that, her the worst is she's continuing to benefit from the situation, even if he doesn't come back. She's going to go to that them social programs, and she's going to benefit from having that child. She probably got, like I said, she got kids in the house already. So this is probably why she got a home in the first place, because she was in a prior relationship where she pretty much did the same thing. She don't want him to leave because she already been through the suffering, right? So it's better just to be peaceful. This is the reason why women have a responsibility. We both have different responsibilities. You need him to be in there taking care of his responsibility at the moment, while you're having a responsibility to keep the house peaceful, while he's going out there and really giving his all to the world so he can come home and bring it back to you. If you would just give him the opportunity to just chill out, relax, talk to him nice and smoothly like a woman instead of like a man, and try to manhandle this man. You know what I'm saying? The situation can work itself out. But when you're pushing him away in this instance, you're gonna push him away because once he go to jail, you can't do nothing. Once you hand that statement over there to the district attorney's office, and once you come into court and get that statement talking about he put his hands on me, it's out of your control. It's out of your control. You that statement is given to them, and they will not allow you to renege on that. And that's the cold thing, y'all. We both the parties is just handing themselves over to the system by staying in a relationship when one of the parties when he apparently understands this because he put out that camera, but she apparently doesn't understand this, and that is where the partnership scheme has got to come along to where y'all have some clear understanding from the jump of the relationship with regards to respect, but also here this is, if you're not noticing, this is opportunity where he can probably intellectually, smarten her up to the game because he understands the game while she doesn't, or she probably didn't done this to somebody else before, so it's just crazy.
And so listen, we got to stop babying these people. We got to stop allowing for them to put their hands on you, and we got to stop allowing for them to get away with bad behavior because they're gonna bring that into the next relationship. They're never gonna take accountability. Let her tell it. She would probably, if he didn't have the footage, then she would probably do a story time about how he's emotionally unintelligent, abusive, and that he can't get himself together, and he broke and she don't know why she got with him, and so he made her a single mother. We got to start holding these people accountable, and we got to start making examples out of them because they don't believe that anything can happen to them because they've been getting away with it for so long. That's where I stand on it. I think that the longer he stays, the worse he's gonna have it, and the more the behavior is gonna get. It's just gonna get horrific. It's just gonna get bad. Let me know what you guys think inside of the comments. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description.
Bruh, I'm gonna tell you the gig goes. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Too bad a child got to come out that situation. Only thing that's going to happen is that she has to grow up a little bit. Apparently, she's not going to be able to grow up with you because she's not taking even time to allow the situation to resolve peacefully. She's pushing you away. She's pushing you away so much that she doesn't even know how far she's pushing you away. Because if you, like I said, if you wind up in prison, in jail, you're not going to be able to see your baby, your child being born. You're not going to be able to raise the child. It's better for you to get out there, get away, and at least if make some attempts to make things better from a distance. But that's gonna take some work. She's definitely gonna go to the social services. She might give your name up. She gonna be trying to take your check. She ain't gonna want to see you with nobody else. So don't bring no other woman around. Don't tell her you got another girlfriend, because if you do, she's gonna try to make your next relationship hell. Tiny Cross-H.U.G on the Trumped Up Live Show. I'm out.